Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Provo. For people just joining us, I am live here at the Marriott Center. I wish I could turn my computer so you could see the court as it's finally starting to empty out here about an hour after the final. BYU 91, Kansas 57. And so what I want to do is just spend a few minutes talking about the city of Provo, the BYU fan base, etc., because I've had an incredible week here. By the way, we do have our Torres on BYU account. Follow Torres on BYU. So I've had an incredible week here. And what I want to do, and I hope from BYU's fans' perspective, I don't offend anybody. But when I put out the tweet, so I for people who don't know, I grew up in Connecticut. I live in California now. I haven't spent a lot of time in Utah. I haven't been exposed to a lot of the things, you know, BYU, et cetera. And so when I put out that I was coming to this game, you know, I got a lot of commentary about, oh, Torres, don't get in too much trouble, or the bar scene this, or da-da-da-da, that. And, you know, I just want to take a few minutes to kind of just talk about the fact that, like, this place isn't what people think it is, and it is so much cooler and so much better and so much more fun than I think a lot of people realize if you have never been. First of all, let me say this. Marriott Center. Oh, my goodness, what a great college basketball venue. At some point, we'll do my top 5, my top 10, my top whatever. It's in the short conversation. Listen, I think Allen Fieldhouse actually is in a class of itself. That place is unbelievable. But I've been to McHale Center. I've been to Bud Walton. I've been to Gamble Pavilion at UConn a million times. I've obviously been to the Carrier Dome, which is a great place to watch college basketball. This place is as fun as anybody. First of all, I'm looking around now. The place is freaking huge. I think it holds like 18,000. Used to be 23. Not a single seat in this building was open by the time we got to tip off. And it was kind of crazy how quickly it filled up. 7 o'clock, midweek game, people coming from out of town, whatever. So the Marriott Center, absolutely incredible. Second thing, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about the Cougar Tails, okay? So for people who don't know what Cougar Tails are, they are, I'll show you, as a matter of fact, because I got it right here with me. So this is a Cougar Tail. So a Cougar Tail is it is like the thing that you have to eat if you go to a BYU game. It is a foot-long maple bar. As of right now, I've only had one bite. I could not believe, by the way, how many of these bad boys were being sold in this arena. But I did the BYU pregame show, so shout out to BYU TV, BYU Sports Nation, I believe the show is called, and Spencer, who was the host. Producer Matt, do we have the video? I don't know if it's going to come out great on podcast, so I apologize. But Spencer, do we have the video of Torres eating the Cougar Tail for the first time?
As part of the true BYU fan experience in any big game, we got to bring in their fabulous Cougar Tail, which is an 18-inch maple bar, don't it? And I know I'm going to put some pressure on you, but they want you to take a bite of this and then give like immediate feedback as to what you think. So here we go.
All right, I'm a little nervous. I can't even get it out.
Pull it out of the box.
Yeah, I'm so nervous. So
here we go.
There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, the bite is in the mouth. Okay, what do you think thus far?
I need some milk. That's like a 9-9 right there. That is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, milk.
We'll find some of that. I think we can accommodate.
So that was Torres eating his first Cougar Tail. It was really delicious. For BYU fans, I apologize. I only got a bite or two down. Very sweet. I don't know if people eat them whole or they split them with their families, but it was unbelievable. But so the arena was incredible. The Cougar Tail was unbelievable. And let me just close by saying this. First of all, if you've never been to the area, beautiful area. So again, never really been to Utah, and I hadn't spent a lot of time in Utah. I'd driven through Utah when I moved to California, but the greater Provo area is just incredible. Mountains, snow-capped mountains. You know, it snowed a little bit last night. By the way, I got a drive to the airport at like 6 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, so I'm praying it's not going to be snowing on my way back to Salt Lake City. But beautiful area, beautiful, you know, the people. Let me say this. I go to all these college towns. Everybody's so nice, but the people of Provo were unbelievable, okay? And I remember first SEC football game I ever went to was at Ole Miss. It was a million years ago. They played Vandy at Ole Miss. Not the best game, whatever, especially because Ole Miss wasn't good. But I remember when I went to that game, Everybody in Mississippi was so nice. I think part of it was they really kind of wanted to, whatever perceptions. Let me even backtrack. Okay. I don't really have any perceptions of anywhere. I don't judge anywhere for anywhere else. I travel all over. And the thing I find is that there are great people everywhere, great, traditions, great whatever. My wife and I went to Central America this summer, and it was just a completely different experience than taking a trip to Miami or to whatever, New York City or whatever. But you go, you respect traditions, you respect the people there. And one thing I'll say is everywhere you go, it's the same thing. And to go back to the Ole Miss thing is you went to Mississippi, and I think everybody kind of went out of their way to say, hey, dude, whatever you think about this place, it ain't exactly what you think. And what I would say is I had a great time in Mississippi. I had no preconceived notions coming in. And I had no preconceived notions coming into BYU, and it exceeded all expectations. Since I know a lot of people are going to ask, and by the way, again, Cougar fans, I hope nobody's offended by me saying this. Yes, most places serve alcohol. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what you can and cannot do. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings on Monday night, I guess it was, to watch the Arizona Baylor game. Got a couple drinks. Listen, it was a little different. Scanned the ID twice, gave me a wristband to sit at the bar, but served me a couple drinks, had a good time. Ate some food, went home. So it's not what you think it is. And so if your team ever has a chance to come out here, come. The situation is beautiful. The people are amazing. Cougar Tails are very good as well. And then also, and I think this is important as well, the things that you want to do at home, as long as you're, basically not doing anything too crazy, you can do pretty much anything here. You can eat whatever you want. You can find a cold beer if you want a cold beer. You can find a cold vodka soda if you want a vodka soda. You can take a shot of tequila if you want a shot of tequila. But it's an incredible community, incredible atmosphere. And I'll tell you what, I said it to lead the show. I think BYU basketball is here to stay. AJ DeBonce is coming in next year. I might have to take a return trip.